Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we are going to be talking about the number one issue that I see in new people playing Shadow of War. So if you guys have checked out the channel before, thank you guys so much for returning. It's been a little bit since I did a video. As you guys know, if you've watched my last video, you know about some things. But today what I want to talk about is the problem that I've seen with a lot of people playing Shadow of War and the biggest problem that I've seen with newer players. So going and checking the statistics on Shadow of War and looking through the game, a lot of people are giving it negative thoughts and negative reviews, and it was currently on sale recently. I think it's still on sale. I'm not 100%. Yeah, I think it is still on sale. And I'll link that top link in the description on Steam. But it is very, very cheap right now, and it is definitely worth the money that it is. I think it's like $8 or $10 for the definitive edition. Go ahead and pick up the definitive edition because it includes all the DLC. But the biggest problem that I see with the new players getting into the game is the fact being that they do not necessarily do the missions to get past the first island. It's essentially that they get too caught, which the Nemesis does. The Nemesis system is a very good part of the game, and it's what makes the game Shadow of War, and it what makes the game unique. But a lot of people in the very beginning get caught up with the Nemesis system. And the problem with this is that the Nemesis system kind of is good once you get past the first island, or like the first land. And what I mean by that is not Minas Ithil, but the other one, which is Nurnen. Once you get past Nurnen and you actually capture your first fortress, that's when you should be experimenting with the Nemesis system, and not before then. The reason why is because there is a lot of people who are going through and they're not liking the level caps, they're not liking how the game plays out, and they don't really get into the meat and potatoes of the rest of the game. They kind of just say, oh, well, this is what the rest of the game is going to be like, and they just essentially stop playing, or it kind of dies out. Don't do that, because the more you progress through the game, the more unique the orcs get, and the more difficult they get, and the difficulty gets brought out a lot better. I've seen a lot of people playing on Nurnen, and they haven't even completed basically what is the tutorial for capturing the fortress or anything yet, and they always say the game is too easy or whatever, and that's why they don't want to play it. If you beat the first place, which is Nurnen, you will understand the difficulty, and the game gets much harder depending on the difficulty that you're playing on in the settings. So in my personal opinion, one of the big questions I've been asked by people in this community of this YouTube channel is, what would you recommend playing on the first playthrough of the game? And to be 100% honest, I would recommend you guys play on Nemesis difficulty as your first playthrough on the game. It is very fun, very enjoyable, and it actually provides a very good difficulty of a challenge. If you guys really want to go even more than that, I would say play on the hardest, which I think is Gravewalker, or there might be one below it. And that is just crazy if you really want to challenge yourself from the very beginning. But it adds so much more difficulty and depth once you get past the first Nurnen part of the game and capture your first fortress. And sadly, so many people stop after that because they invest so many hours into the beginning of the Nemesis system that they just feel like it becomes grindy. It doesn't. Once you get out past that and you get to explore the other lands, it doesn't become as grindy as much. That's why there's other regions you can go to and other people you can go to, so the game doesn't feel like it's always repeating itself and getting boring because it's the same people, and you can go to different regions, interact with different orcs with different personalities, and a lot of people are just simply not doing that. They're investing way too much time in the Nemesis system in the beginning, which the Nemesis system is the main goal and like main golden thing for the franchise of Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. However, you shouldn't be investing so much time into it, of upwards to like 6 to 8 hours in the first like Nurnen area. You should start to do that after you get the first fortress, the tutorial fortress mission. Then you can do that. And I just feel like a lot of people who have recently picked it up on sale have been doing that, and they've not been given the game the light of day or anything like that. And it's kind of getting some negative reviews because of that, because people are like, oh, it's too grindy in the beginning. It's too grindy because you're making it too grindy. You can absolutely run through this game. You could completely complete the first Nurnen island area, the first Nurnen region, in like level 15 or level 10. And it doesn't take you that long to get to it either. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments just below, and I'll see you guys next time.